Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Nations Cup 2016 Grand Finale between Belgium and Netherlands and Turkey. My name is Greedalicious, and I'm joined today, as by most days, by Wolfpack Raven. How are you? Are you excited?
I'm very excited for this match, and yeah, I want to see how this turns out, man.
This is gonna be good, man. I've been hyped for this match for a long time now.
Yeah, I mean, like, both teams have had a pretty successful, well, obviously successful run throughout the tournament, and some pretty convincing play, I'd say.
I'd say so as well. I mean, they're in the Grand Finals. There's been a few hiccups along the way. It hasn't been completely flawless from either team, but considering they're here, like small knockbacks happen, and
Oh, I mean, the
it is what it
competition
is.
was pretty big. At least, like, there were some contenders to these two teams, so it wasn't like they both had a super easy run or anything.
That's really true as well. I mean, BeNe
I
played.
mean, we've seen some close matches from both teams, I think.
We saw BeNe versus France, which actually ended in a draw. So
Yes. But,
uh,
I mean, that was in the group stage, and BeNe was already guaranteed
exactly.
to go through to the next stage. So,
It's important to see though that they actually ended up in 6-1 on the first map. Like they in deficit. France was 6-1 against them, and they actually turned it back, which
yeah.
is incredible to see actually.
But it comes to show that, like, I think maps have a very big influence on how comfortably the teams can play on certain maps. And yeah, it counts for these teams as well, obviously.
Yeah, we should actually mention a little bit the picks and bans from this tournament from both teams here, because in the grand finals against Germany, BeNe banned Sandy Bush and Naval Outpost, which is actually being played today.
In the
Uh,
grand finals?
no, the quarterfinals.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They ended up picking Frosthaven. They did pretty good there. I mean, they beat Germany, so pretty
Yeah,
convincingly. Turkey versus Poland was probably the match this tournament that just confused people. We actually saw them banning. I mean, Turkey banned Castellan and Frosthaven and picked Valoran.
yeah. I mean, I don't think that anyone really expected them to beat out Poland. On the other hand, though, Turkey played very well, and I think Poland could probably have played better.
Yeah,
But
I think they had a
that's
little bit
just my
of
opinion.
issues with their tactics. It seems like they did some mistakes. I mean, Turkey did some mistakes as well, but they didn't get punished as well. Um,
Yeah, but all in all, they're still here. They made it through, and yeah, I think this is gonna be, um, well, I think these teams are both quite evenly matched. I mean, if you look at last year, for example, these two teams matched up in the semi-finals, and I think it went up to it came to Winterberg
it
there, I
came to
think, right?
Winterberg, yeah, the deciding draw map. And
Yeah.
even then, it was incredibly close. I think it ended up like 9, 11-9 or something like that. 11-8, I think.
It might have been. I mean, I know that BeNe won on Winterberg though, so they pulled through
They
to the
did.
finals where they played versus Poland. Poland, of course, winners from last year's Nations Cup, but
That's the really
not
interesting
in the
part
grand
here.
finals this year.
That's the
But BeNe
interesting
are.
part. That's really interesting because Turkey ended up fighting Poland and winning against them earlier in the quarterfinals. And
Yep.
like that's the way this game works sometimes. Turkey, yeah, they have shown incredibly strong play so far. I mean, they've been beating out some pretty good teams. France, for example, they beat. Now, like they beat Poland, Turkey. They had that one mix up that we streamed in the second week against Finland.
Yeah, that was a little bit like off, I feel like, because well, they got dominated by
They
Finland
got
in that week, but
really crushed. They again, that's the interesting part. They actually ended up banning that map.
Yeah, I mean, understandable. If there's a map that you're just not comfortable on, and on which you just get beaten, then you want to ban it out.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, let's see. Um, Frosthaven was the map Turkey played against Finland, and they ended up losing 6-1. They banned that naturally.
Yeah.
On the other side, against France, For the Honor was banned from BeNe. where they drew and actually ended up losing the first map and still somehow managed to claw their way back to draw. But it makes sense that these were the
Yeah.
two draws, the bans from each team here. The other bans was, I mean,
Was Castellum banned?
yeah, Turkey banned Kazakhstan.
Ah, right. Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean that's
considering
the
that,
main ban I'm watching out for again. I would watch out for against BeNe because in the last 2 to 3 matches when they've played on Castellum, they've completely dominated the opposition.
the tactics they use, like Kazakhstan allows for some incredibly powerful crossfires, and that's just the way BeNe wants to play.
Yep.
But then again, you see the maps tonight as well. River Village. It's almost as good.
I don't think we've seen. Have we seen River Village this tournament?
Yeah, a couple of times. It's been relatively well played actually. I don't have the stats in
Yeah.
front of me
I
right
mean,
now, but
it's just I don't think it's that popular, but it's still an open map. I think BeNe probably picked that.
then I did, yeah. But this is the map that Turkey ended up beating Poland on. So um, I wouldn't underestimate them on this map.
Well, yeah, I suppose that's true. I'm just looking forward to see how BeNe are gonna be able to perform on that map with their archers, especially because last week when they played versus UK in the semi-finals, when they got onto um, the open map on Castellum, they had some sick crossfires. So
They
I'm
really
really
did.
looking forward to seeing the archers perform again. Um, Other than that, I mean, their whole team has been very consistent, I feel like. I don't think I've seen players on their team really underperform a massive amount this tournament. Like, of course, sometimes you have players who in certain matches have a little bit less impact than in other matches, but overall they've been fairly consistent in their skill,
I
like
agree.
how they perform pretty much.
I think both teams, when you hit this level of play, it becomes like every one of these players are capable of performing incredibly well, and they usually have this consistency about them. That's why they're here. That's why they're on the Nations Cup
Yep.
team, because both of these countries can take their pick of players. And we actually ended up seeing Turkey like removing almost half the roster a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I think like Turkey had a massive roster though. Like they probably said like, this is the grand finals we're gonna go into now. We can't really like let everyone play anymore. We just want to play with like a stable roster, you know. And yeah, that's why we're gonna remove everyone who, well, might not be suitable enough in their opinion.
Yeah, most of the players that were removed either didn't play or didn't play particularly well. It's kind of like it's really harsh to say, but it's a little bit dead weight.
I mean,
You don't
if you
want to.
look at the players that they still do have in their roster, like we put it as like a team strength as well.
Yeah,
It's just their experience. Like all of these players on their roster are, well, very experienced as far as I know.
they definitely are. I cannot think of a single player here. Gordios, I think, is the only player who I haven't seen that much of, but I know that he's fairly old as well when it comes to competitive play.
Yeah, yeah, he is. I've seen him some time ago playing a couple of years ago as well. So he's definitely an older player. Might not have been like that noticeable throughout the years, depending on how much competitive matches he played, which were actually like, I don't know, streamed or something, because that's usually what people look at. Like they watch a stream, they see a player perform very well, they'll remember it, you know.
Yeah, that's very true, and I think he's a little bit underappreciated actually.
I think we're live.
We actually are. I will just quickly do this.
Yes, we are live.
And here
All
we go
right.
with the first
Yes.
set of the Nations Cup 2016 Grand Final.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun match. I'm looking forward to some good warband here.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, on the BeNe team we have 3 infantry, 3 archers actually, and 2 cav. That's yeah, it's okay.
I mean, you're Vaegir. You can do that. And I mean, wait, was that last week on Valoran? Yeah, it was last week on
Yep.
Valoran when they played Vaegir, also a reasonably closed map with 3 archers on Vaegir. So it's something they do on Vaegir. You know, they like pulling out the 3 archers.
Why not? Vegas are
And
strong archers.
on Turkey, 5 imps, 2 calves, 1 archer. I think that's just like a standard setup for Nords, especially on a map like this.
Yeah, it's the 5 infantry. I think that's gonna be. I was a little bit worried about the Turkish infantry actually in the beginning because I thought like, okay, they don't actually have that many infantry players here.
Well, I mean, they do have enough. I mean, looking at their roster, I think you like what we did was we put up they have exactly
We.
like 5 imp players, right?
That's true.
So I think they planned this out that they wanted to play with this setup.
Look at this flag spawn as well from the BeNe here.
Yeah, exactly on
This
them.
this is gonna be
I
a good
mean,
one.
that's the thing with this map, though. I mean, it could also have spawned right on top of Turkey.
That's
I
true.
mean, that's the other thing that could happen.
They
So
don't really. Oh yeah, there's the BeNe crossfire.
yeah,
Good luck pushing
um,
into this. I mean, you have 5 infantry. You can just push one side and then go to the next and next and next.
well, BeNe have a good crossfire setup though. They
They
have
really do.
Attila and Caius both on a rock and LaRue on the boat.
They are
He's
gonna
gonna be
push a
able
little bit
to
here.
shoot into this. Like they need to push out the archers. Ooh, Menethil is actually gonna push out Attila. I don't know how successful he's gonna be.
These two cav are really dogging him here. Oh, but they're taking hits though.
Well, I
It
mean,
looks like Turkey's doing better here. Oh,
Attila is
another
getting
hit!
shot
Look at
at,
his
and he
health.
he actually has to be able to shoot into the
A
fight.
One bump and he's dead. Oh, and he has a spear. Benethil is just gonna crush him right now.
Kai is
taking down
shooting
Amnara
from the
though.
tree now, though. Oh,
Oh, there we go.
beautiful double kill.
Double kill from Caius, yeah. He's in
Turkey
a
are winning the
beautiful position.
infight though.
They really are. Kelman taking on Tyke though. Oh, here comes Valtli, bumping down and
There
knocking down
comes Gas
Gorgeous.
as well.
Double kill from Valtli here. Oh, not getting the last one though. Raiden needs to be pushed here, but look at the horse amount. Ah, it's
Yeah,
really
but
not
I
that
mean,
bad.
Raiden isn't really in a good position to
Hmm.
shoot either, so
He's really not, yeah.
it's 3 versus 3. Oh, okay, that was not good
Turkeys.
by Watley. He just
Yeah.
ran into that hit.
Looks like Menacil is taking the flag now as well. They can just play defensive. He's fighting with Kefren. Oh, Kais goes down.
Kai is dying as well.
Durner's the
And
last one
Durner is
alive
really
fighting
low.
Raiden.
Like, there's no way he's gonna get this.
No, no chance. Menacil stays on the flag just in case a miracle happens, but
Oh, he actually
He
gets the
does
kill.
take
But I
them
mean, there's no
damage.
way he's gonna get to the flag, so.
no way. 3 seconds left. First round definitely goes to Turkey.
Yes, but I don't think it should have been like that, to be honest. I mean, if you look at how that fight went for BeNe, I mean, they got 2 kills right off the bat with Caius, I think. I mean, yes, Attila got pushed, but if Caius gets kills like that, straight into the infight, and one of the kills was on one of the Turkey calves as well, then you already have an advantage. I mean, yes, like Turkey have Nords, they have more imps, so it's understandable that they win the infight there. But I mean, I think I saw Watley going in as well at some point, getting a couple of kills.
He got some
got a kill
yeah.
somewhere, so I felt like BeNe had the advantage at some point, and then BeNe just screwed up.
Yeah,
I think
for
a
the
couple
lack
of
of a
their
better
players
word, they
just
basically
died,
did.
like, needlessly.
I think the push from Turkey was really good. They pushed one side really heavily, and then they sent one player to push Attila on the side. And Menethil, I think it was.
Yeah, I think it was Meneth still. He actually got 3 kills. I suppose that's like after he took care of Attila. I suspect he just went in behind the BeNe players and just killed a couple.
Yeah, I think so. I think he went towards the flag and then ended up just smacking them.
I still think it was unnecessary for BeNe to lose that fight though. Wasn't the like LaRue was on the boat, right? I think
Menethil ended up killing him. Like, he
right.
snuck up on him. I suppose. Maybe a
But
little bit
I
of
mean,
lack of communication
Menethil
there.
was pushing up to Attila for a fairly big portion of the round of the fight, pretty much. So
Sure.
LaRue should have been able to get some shots in. I feel like, but
Turkey again with
well,
this really
maybe,
good flag
he's
though.
just warming up, you know. Like it's the first round.
To be honest, if I was Turkey here, I would just push them in now, right now. They don't really. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, the Attila and
You
Kais have a
don't
too
want
heavy
to-
crossfire there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be too suicidal. They don't need to either, because they have the flag. This is
Yep,
completely up
they
to
do.
BeNe to attack
It's
this.
up to BeNe. I mean, they're sending Menethil over the side again. I kind of feel like the two calves of BeNe should just like work together and try to get a quick kill on Menethil if possible, but
Oh, a stun from the side and then Gordial's taking him down.
yeah.
Infantry fight now right next to the
Yeah,
flag.
yeah, infight breaking out. Kai is being pushed into melee. Okay, good shot by Attila there.
Caesar's ending up in a 2v1 though. Oh, he ends
Yeah,
up leaving his
the
friend
fight
here.
is really splitting up. I think this
Oh,
this
nice
isn't gonna
bump.
favor BeNe. I think
Doesn't look like it.
fight split up.
The Turkish infantry is just really strong, but it does take
Good double
down.
kill by Watley.
That was really good. He took down Pendragon, that was really important.
Yeah, well, I think they're still gonna lose this round. It looks like Caesar has no shield. Watley doesn't have much HP to work with.
The Jav Cav of Turkey is just just running him down right now.
Watley
There we
getting
go.
a third
Watley,
kill
no
though.
health left though. Look at that amount of health. T gets dismounted. Gordas is just going in.
Oh, the team killed. Oh, that's not good. Watley
Oh.
had 5 kills
Yeah.
and then T kills him. Okay, well
I mean-
that's a little bit unfortunate, I suppose.
Turkey has some really good cavalry, but they haven't really made an impact yet, but they don't need to. They're just kind of running down the BeNe players and then just letting the infantry smack
Well-
them down with those axes.
What kind of surprised me is you have this little tavern area over where the flag spawned, right? And like what the Turkish Inns did, they just dragged the fight behind that house, so the BeNe archers couldn't really shoot into that area, you know, not
Yeah.
at all. And having the setup that BeNe has right now, they have 3 archers and only 3 imps. They cannot, first of all, they cannot allow their imps to split up in groups and fight all over the place. And secondly, they need to let their archers shoot, you know.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they can't afford to get out of position like that. I mean, even if you're being forced into a certain position, at least you need to try and not get into a position where your team can't help you out anymore.
I wonder if the cavalry of Turkey ended up pushing those archers of BeNe. Because they were really close to each other. They didn't have that beautiful crossfire. 2 of them were really close.
Well, I think like especially LaRue and Caius were like pushed into this little corner around the
Yeah,
flag.
you
Like
mentioned
Caius
that,
was
yeah.
pushed into melee. I think Attila got Attila got 1 kill at the beginning of the fight, but after that he was probably pushed into melee.
Yeah.
I feel like if BeNe are gonna approach a flag like this, they first need to make sure that their
Turkey.
archers can shoot uncontested.
Turkey again getting the flag.
Yeah.
It's important to know
Well, I
that,
mean, first round it was on BeNe though.
yeah, the first round you have about a 33% chance of getting the flag. After that you can make more advanced calculations, basically, considering where it's gonna flag. It's not gonna spawn twice in the same position in a row. So it makes
Nope.
sense for Turkey's just getting a little bit of that extra luck here. They're
Yeah.
using it to their
Looks
advantage.
like
They're pushing
Turkey are
forward.
pushing out.
I can see that. Yeah. Oh, Caius
I
goes
get-
down to
oh,
Arthur.
Caius immediately
Ooh.
gets taken out. This is big because
This is really big.
they need to make sure their archers can shoot. But where are the BeNe
Again.
archers?
Yeah, they're kind of falling down here. Arthur did really well.
LaRue
played
is coming around the backside now, but he's gonna get pushed out by Sir Arthur, I feel.
there. Yeah. This
Yeah,
is.
there we go.
Yeah. Oh, he even gets a hit. Meanwhile,
the
the
Turkish
infantry is
is
just
just
crushing
cleaning
them. Yeah. Menethil's just gonna help Arthur up there. LaRue is gonna fall down, but Otley does come in here. Gets a jav though. Really not a good position.
Yeah, but there's not much the BeNe players can do. LaRue is pushed into melee. Watley can't really go in safely.
Yeah. I'm not
Caesar
alone in
gets
Menethil.
taken out somewhere.
Beautiful throw there. Well, 3-0 to Turkey.
3-0 and pretty convincingly too. I think BeNe could have had the first round, but other than that, Turkey played that very well.
They played it beautifully. They really took advantage of the infantry power of the Norse.
Oh, I mean, they also had a positionally very good fight, like in the second and the third round. I mean,
Very
if
true.
you look at where they fought in positions where the BeNe archers couldn't shoot into the fight that much. I mean, there was always like 1 archer who was able to shoot into the fight, and that was about it, you know. And I mean, that's still scary enough because, well, the BeNe archers are usually very good, but when you have 3 archers, that's not what you want. You know, you want to be able to shoot into a fight with at least 2 of them.
That's really true. Considering that last
I mean,
round as
Kai
well.
is also in that last round. Kai is also got like immediately taken down, and that was just not good for
Yeah,
BeNe.
but it was beautiful by Turkey there. They instantly saw like, okay, they don't have a crossfire, like jump now and we'll just crush them
Yeah,
immediately. And
of
it's
course.
a beautiful play by them. They did mention as well they were a little bit like the one thing they were really afraid of was the tactics of BeNe or of Turkey. And I think these are not the most advanced tactics, but it's these last second calls.
Well, I mean, to be honest, what BeNe probably should have done to avoid that was like I think the BeNe imps were in too close to the Turkish spawn right there to be able to retreat safely if they were going to push them. Because if the Turkish imps push you like that and you can just run away for long enough, then you might be able to just get Turkey in a bad position again, like into a position where you can set up your archers.
Yeah,
Because where they fought now, like just outside of the Turkish spawn here, like close to the tunnels, it's just not ideal for archers to set up from, especially if one of your
there
archers
is
gets
nowhere.
taken down so early.
There's essentially nowhere you can set up because you're always in the open. There's like one little tree, and you can't exactly put 3 archers behind that little tree.
Yep. So I think BeNe will probably go for a different setup here. I don't know if they'll go for 1 or 2 archers. I mean, they like BeNe seem to value their archer possibilities a lot, but I feel like on this map they haven't been able, like at least the last set, they haven't been able to make it work so far, and that's on Vegir. So I actually feel like they might just want to go for 1 archer, pick like take about the same setup that Turkey had last set, and do kind of the same thing, you know.
Exactly.
Make sure
But
that the archers can't get too much value out of the fights.
second set now, and Turkey's as Vegas. Do you think that will make much of a difference?
Well, I mean, Turkey has
Oh, look
a
at
lot
that!
of good
Actually,
archers
Attila's
as well.
already taken half health. That early shot from the beginning must have caught him off guard.
Yeah.
That's not a good start.
Oh,
Oh, I'm not alone. Gets hit there as well. LaRue standing in the
that was
window
a
there, just
really good foot
good
shot
showing.
though.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Essentially
BeNe do
down the
go
lane.
for 2 archers. Seems like they always at least have 2 archers.
They have
That's
strong
what they
archers.
do. They have strong archers, but then they do need to find a way to make like their archers work out.
Yeah,
Because I feel like the BeNe imps just died in the imp fights. Like they
they did.
straight
Yeah,
up just lost. Like okay, Nords of course have an advantage with the axes and all that, and they had a number advantage too. But if they cannot at least like break even in the imp fights now versus Turkey, or win the infights because they're Nords, then it's kind of worrisome for BeNe then, because Turkey did opt to go for 4 imp instead of 3 imp, 3 archers.
that's true. I think considering how well the infantry has done for Turkey, I think that's a good call. BeNe getting the flag this time.
Yeah.
You can see the tactics of both teams actually. Like BeNe tried a little bit more of a crossfire potential at least, or maybe they just do it for the
I
flag.
mean, it's what they need to do, to be honest, because they always try to get the most value out of their archer positions.
Yeah.
But looks like Attila and Kellerman are immediately gonna get pushed out. Like if the rest of the Turkish team actually push onto the
Yeah,
flag now, there
they
is
are
no
actually doing this
crossfire for BeNe.
beautifully. The timing here was really good. You can see both there. Cav
And
coming
their
in,
Kellerman
Turkey.
goes down.
Oh,
And this is
2
good
kills already.
by the Turkish Cav. They just help out their like their archer in firing there in the tunnels.
Now
Kill
we can
Kellerman
see
and Attila, and now they
Menethil.
can go to work on the flag.
Menethil can just shoot completely freely now. He has to watch out for Cav,
Yeah.
but he can see them coming from a mile away. BeNe is
Oh.
winning these fights. Gordios with a team kill. That is
Team
not
kill
what they
from
need.
both sides.
That's actually true. He's also get a team kill there. Hendricken is pushing down the LaRue here. This is important. Bump not really connecting properly there.
Yeah, but looks like the Kais and the Rue are gonna go down soon.
Triple
there
kill
goes
from
Kais
Sir Arthur.
and
He's
the
just
Rue.
running all over the map here.
Yeah.
Sword cow as well. Oh,
And you can just see how crucial it is for Turkey to limit, like, completely nullify the crossfire possibilities from BeNe actually, and then following that, they simply crush them in the infights. Like, I
They
feel
are.
like the BeNe imps they need to step up a little bit. Like, yeah, I saw like Donor picking up a kill, perhaps, and Caesar maybe. No, and Caesar got a team kill actually. Only Donor and T got a kill so far, so that's not good at all if you're BeNe.
I like this from BeNe though. Nothing is wasted. Their drops are like perfect. Nothing, not even a sword gets dropped here, which is fair. That's cool to see. I really like. These minor details that are really cool.
Yep.
One shield is dropped here, but
If it would only win then the round just based on that, it
yeah,
would be great.
Tidiness is next to, was it Godliness? Not really in this case yet, at least. Turkey leading 4-0.
Yep.
But look at the tactical
I mean,
decisions of Turkey. They're not doing anything except waiting and they just wait for flag and then they push in. It's
well,
basic.
I think that's the
It's
right
so
thing
basic,
to do
but
on this map though, because if you
it's working. You
it's
cannot argue
working.
with results.
Yeah. I mean, on this map, it's generally like you wait for flag. I mean, there is like a 30% chance, 33% chance that the flag's on you. So,
So we'll find out in 5 seconds.
yeah. Let's see who gets the flag. I mean, it won't spawn in Scenic. Yeah, it spawns on BeNe
BeNe
again.
once again. This is
But
interesting
BeNe
now. Let's
need
see if
to make this
Turkey
work.
makes the
But
same
this is the
decisions.
best possible flag spawn for them. They need to make this work.
They saw Menace, I think, try to sneak up behind them and spawn there.
I feel like the BeNe imps really need to work together as a unit to make sure they don't go down in the infights. So the BeNe Cav and the archers actually get a chance to do something in these fights. Menethil's coming around the back. He's going up to the plateau.
Watley taking down I'm Not Alone. Kaius with a jab kill on Kefren.
Good. Yeah, this is good by BeNe. They're pushing them into the tunnels. This is good.
Oh, and team kill from Turkey.
A team kill.
Watley and T are just kind of running down. Oh my god! What the hell just happened?
Well,
not a single death from the
this
BeNe side.
This was kind of similar to what happened on the last round of last set for Turkey, though. I mean, basically what happened this round just yet was that they put Menethil over to the plateau on like behind BeNe's team, but at that point BeNe had already decided to push the Turkish imps into the tunnel, and there they got completely crushed by the imps and the Cav.
I mean, he could also just shoot them in the back. I didn't really notice the shot that well, but I think the cavalry and the infantry did most of the work anyway.
Yeah, and that was good by BeNe. That's how they needed to play that round.
Yeah.
They called Turkey out of position. I think one of the Cavs and one of the archers of Turkey were like around the side of the BeNe spawn, while the rest of their team was being pushed into the tunnels, and then I think the archers cleaned up the guys who were still in their spawn, and the imps and the Cavs just cleaned up everyone in the tunnels.
I think there was 5 kills within like 3 seconds. Like, I couldn't even mention them. But why do they keep pushing down this middle lane? It's so dangerous to push down in.
You mean from BeNe's?
From both sides, actually.
I think from BeNe's perspective, when the flag spawns on you like that, it's more beneficial to you considering the move that Turkey were making.
I mean, I can understand pushing towards them and fighting them there, but I mean, Turkey shouldn't have pushed up there and BeNe shouldn't have done it last.
Yeah. I mean,
it's gonna spawn now next to the Fountain of Life. BeNe already trying to raise it a little bit. It's not gonna have any massive impact, but Turkey's just chasing.
Yeah, looks like BeNe wanna hold them right here.
They managed to break through.
Can shoot into the fight. Raiden's gonna take up a position on the side. Let's see what he can do.
You can hear people getting hit, but not so much damage done yet.
Not yet. I mean, Turkey are just trying to push out these two imps here, but they're not killing them yet. And now the archers of BeNe can just shoot them into the back. I think these 3 imps from Turkey are kind of out of position.
Yeah,
let's see what BeNe can do to capitalize this.
Really quickly. Pendragon loses his shield already here.
Turkey Cav is coming in though, they might be able to get something done.
Oh no! Jump hit by Caesar, they take down Sir Arthur.
Kaius double kill.
With double kills. Well, Pendragon taking down T there. Kellerman taking down Kefren.
And the BeNe imp are doing such a good job here keeping the Turkey.
Rushing there. LaRue with a shot there, Döner with a kill, Caesar with a kill, Kellerman with a kill. Everyone's just getting kills here.
Everyone's getting kills. Very, very good by the BeNe
Convincing
imps
win
there.
by BeNe there.
Like I think Caesar, was it Caesar and Kellerman or Caesar and Donor? Like
I think it was
either.
Denner. They
Alright,
just,
Caesar and Donor got pushed by the 3 Turkish
yeah,
imps.
they
They
kept
played that
3 of
so
them so far
beautifully. They
away.
just
Yeah.
refused to go down and just let their team do the rest of the work, pretty
Yeah.
much.
They got the number advantage elsewhere on the map and ended up winning the fights.
Yes.
Soras is gonna scout them out. Not really important scouting information on this map, to be honest. Raiden is just pushing forward alone against the entire team of BeNe. He's gonna.
He feels
He might.
confident, but
If one.
I'm not sure for how long
Oh,
that will last.
that's.
Watley's gonna bump him down, but
The
no,
Turkish
no harm done
infantry
yet.
just like. Oops. We're all here, by the way.
Yeah, infight breaking out in the little side alley, I suppose.
Look at the armor of Nordso.
Raiden taking down
Oh,
Watley though.
Menethil! The beautiful kill on Caesar. Actually winning these fights. BeNe with.
Oh, that was not a good team kill. Well, team kills are usually not good, but that was extra bad.
That was the worst one yet, yeah. Menethil just kicking ass with that spear. He did such good work there with the spear.
What's actually kind of awkward to see is that one round the BeNe imps completely crush everyone, and the other round the Turkish imps completely crush the BeNe imps.
Considering the armor advantage of the BeNe team there as well, like every one of the infantry of BeNe had at least mail armor. And
Yep.
scimitars are not the best against mail armor. But they just rushed them down anyway.
But I mean, like, Watley, at least Watley got taken down as first by Raiden, which I think is a big kill, considering that they only have 2 calves. They need to make the calves, like, do work in the fights. And I think Watley had mail armor as well, actually.
He
But
might have,
he got taken down before he could actually contribute anything to the infight there, and I think that's a big factor.
Right now you can see also Caius actually somehow as an infantry not having any armor. That's
Well, I
not the
mean,
best.
Caius is 4 on 2, so he's been making, well,
He did good job, yeah, but
yeah,
now
he
he
did a
has
good
like
job.
one
I don't
hit to
know
the
how he's
scimitar
gonna
and he
make
could
his
go
no
down.
armor tactic work, but
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Well, 20 seconds now until a flag spawns. Again, no aggression from either side. Not even early hits usually.
yeah. And BeNe wanna get this round because otherwise they start the next map at a
Pretty big
pretty clear
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
But I mean, if one team can come back from that, it's BeNe. They've done it almost
True.
every single match they've played so far. They are gonna get the flag here as well, Turkey, so... This is...
Yeah.
They don't really have that excellent crossfire now. They only have one archer actually on
I would love to see BeNe actually not pushing through the middle, but
yeah, I don't like pushing through. Oh, a javelin from far down! Taking Raiden to half health. That's one of their
yeah.
archers. And Catherine as
Catherine
well,
is on
half
half health
Yeah.
too.
These javelins are doing good work here. Watley manages to
Yeah,
get
they're
out of
putting
that
their
somehow.
jabs to use, which is good.
That's really good, yeah. LaRue is gonna get pushed here, but Caius is with him.
Menethil all by his own, pushing out
Arthur!
the side again.
These sneaky cab plays, man.
Yeah, good work by the Turkish cabs.
Yeah, both of them getting a kill each there. Menethil taking down Watley. Oh, this is...
It's falling
this
apart
is
for BeNe.
really in the 5 infantry, dude. Like, how do you fight this 5 infantry?
Well, the imps and the cav, like the Turkey cav, just come in, get some head start kills, which gives you a clear advantage in that fight. Because, like, you could see that there wasn't really, like, it was a little bit of a standoff before that point, right? The 2 teams were just kind of looking at each other, like, who's gonna make the first move. And they kind of go into a fight, but then when the Turkish calves come around the back and pick up 2 kills, that's when the fight really starts. That's when Turkey want to start the fight and just completely snowball the fight out from there on.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. I think maybe Turkey will. No, I don't think this map will be that much different. I think both teams are actually really strong on this map. Like Turkey will not be able to use their infantry strength here, that's for sure. But
Yeah, but
they
I mean,
have these good archers and good cav too. That's how they
do
generally
BeNe
won these matches.
do BeNe first play Veigar or Rodok on this map?
They seem to be Rodok first.
Okay.
Pendragon with a quadra kill from team gameplay.
I mean, BeNe seem to be favoring this triple archer kind of crossfire heavy setup on open maps. I want to see if they do that again and if they can make it work. And if it works, how Turkey are gonna respond to that. But I mean that's all only if they do go for three archers, of course. But
They
I
will. I'm
think
pretty sure they will.
BeNe just need to step up their personal play a little bit. I mean, their movement wasn't all that great, but it also wasn't all that bad. I mean, Turkey also made some positional mistakes in like two or
Absolutely.
three rounds.
It's also.
I
I
think it
mean,
was mainly that they just got killed by the
yeah, they
imps and the
did.
calves a lot.
The infantry of Turkey just did such good work on the last map.
Yeah,
They
and I
had
mean,
5 infantry as Vegas. That's not something you generally see. You tend
yeah,
to see
but I mean, it
well,
works
maybe some.
out. If they
Yeah,
can get the kills with that, then that's fine.
the team play of the infantry was incredible as well. They pushed these important targets down, and a lot of it ended up in a little bit of 1v1s, but they won the 1v1s. So who can complain?
Yeah. And they seem to be putting Manethil in this role all the time, where he has to like push out like one of the BeNe crossfire angles. Like
Yeah.
he always seems to be he always gets the task to push out one of the BeNe archers, and nobody's punishing him for it. Like,
How do you punish him though? I think like we
why
haven't really seen the
he is
Cav
going
do that
out
much.
alone all the time. You could just go up with both of your cav and try to like make a sneak move. Like one of the cav
You don't even
bumps
need
him
both
down
of
from
them.
behind.
Maybe
What?
there's a bit of a miscommunication from the Bennett team. Maybe they think like, okay, I can kill this guy, or but they should just shield
Mm.
up, wait for the Cav to come in and help them. You've seen the Turkish Cav have been everywhere on the map basically.
I
And
mean,
they also get
yeah,
these early kills, like both for Arthur and Tyke got these important early kills as Cav,
but
like
I
just
feel
running
like
them
that's
down.
also just some personal awareness though. Like
Oh yeah,
you can't communicate every movement of the enemy team because you don't always see every movement of the enemy team, but like some personal awareness is also good. Like if you, for example, what happened in that last round of last set was that the Cavs at some point they just came in behind and they killed two people
they
like it
came
was
from the side
nothing.
actually, because I think the thing was Turkey was right next to the Bennett players, like they were in their face, and they had to keep their shields towards the infantry, otherwise they would just fight them. While in the meanwhile, the Cav could just come down from the side and just run them down. 2 kills instantly.
Yeah, but I mean, as BeNe, are you not thinking at that point like, where are the Turkey Cav?
Yeah, but you
You have
can.
to be aware of it.
This is the grand finals, though. Maybe they're not okay. Like maybe they get a little bit tunnel vision.
Maybe, but
You see
that
it a
doesn't
lot that
sound
cavalry
very
just
characteristic for BeNe
cavalry are
because
sneaky players, man. They could be one side of the map, 1 second, the next right next to you.
that's true, but I mean, you're in the grand finals here. You can't allow yourself those kind of mistakes
It's true.
if you want to win.
I'm pretty sure Bennett will pull it back though. I think they have a couple of rounds they can afford to lose as
How many
Roddogs.
rounds do they actually have?
Current score is 6-2.
Yes.
So
So
they can lose. They actually need to win essentially every round. Oh well, they don't need to win every round, but they need to win both sets. Otherwise,
they can lose a maximum of 2 rounds, I think.
yeah. I shouldn't trust your math ever again, but considering the last match. But
Hmm.
I have the same calculation in my head, and I don't trust my math either. To be fair, but yeah.
Great.
So the question is, do you think we'll see Winterberg?
Hmm. I mean, I want to see it.
Oh, definitely.
Just like last year when these two teams like faced up against each other in the semifinals, happened too.
Yep.
Pretty big match then.
That was really good matches to watch. Yeah, you saw in the introduction video as well from the Bennett team made by LaRue that they had a lot of clips from that match, and I can see why. They played really well there.
Yeah. So when I look at BeNe's lineup, like when I look at BeNe, they have Rodok. Would they go for three archers perhaps?
Maybe
I mean, it's Rodok.
Rodok crossbows are not as strong as Swati,
It's
for
not that
example.
great on open maps to have crossbows, but
Yeah, they're gonna struggle a little bit
still, I
more
mean,
with
I
these
think BeNe
crossfires.
did it before in this
Yeah,
tournament. So
yeah,
I think they
that's true.
even did it last week when they played us like Swadia on Castellum. They still did it and they made it work as well.
Yep. Alright, we are going live again. This time we see River Village.
Yes. Well, fundamentally a different map, of course, but still open.
Yeah,
Um, yeah,
this was the map
like,
pick of BeNe. So we expect to see them play better here than on the last map.
well, they've got to have prepared a decent amount for this map, I feel. I
We
mean, especially crossfire-wise, because when I looked at their match last week, when they played on Castellum with that crossfire, they prepared that. Like, that had to be prepared,
oh yeah, for sure.
the way they played that.
Yeah,
So
it looks that way.
I'm looking forward to see if they actually have something like that in mind as well for this map, if they have anything prepared.
I can imagine they
But
do.
they are actually playing with 2 archers, so
The match setup here is identical.
yes.
So we see 4 cavalry, 2 archers, 2 infantry. I don't think
Yeah.
you should really do anything too advanced on this map, especially right
Well,
now in the first round.
I
I think
feel
this is
like
okay.
if BeNe were Vega right now, they would almost certainly have taken 3 archers on Vega. I'm pretty sure of that since they favor the 3 archers on Vega so much. It doesn't really matter to them whether they're on a closed map or not. I mean, you could see that on last map as
Yeah,
well.
that's actually true. They did have 3. They went down to 2 at one point, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
as crossbows, why bother with 3? The flag will spawn in Turkey's favor here. This isn't the worst map
Yeah.
to flag to fight at, so Bennett definitely has a good chance here. They will probably push from the top here. Yeah, it seems like they will.
Yeah. The
Arrows flying, no
The
damage
BeNe
yet.
Cav have to show some prominence. What concerns, like they need to make sure their archers can shoot. And Turkish Cavs, from well, what we've seen of them, they've been very good at shutting down the enemy team single-handedly.
Oh, Menacil gets caught out
Caesar's
here.
horse getting taken down.
Yeah, but Menacil's he's half health. Caesar's
Well,
half
Caesar
health.
is also very
T,
low, and Caesar's
yeah.
gonna be the first casualty. And
But,
T also getting taken
Sir
down.
Arthur taking down T there.
The
Yeah.
Turkish Cavs are
Siggs goes down.
completely owning
Menacil
this
takes
fight.
down. Every one of the Cav now are dead from the Bennett team, and Caius and Döner's the only 2 alive. Döner with a slimmer
Well,
amount.
that was so aggressive by the BeNe Cav.
Yeah, they tried to get Menethil, but they ended up crashing into each other in that tree. And
Yeah, they
just
just
ended up fighting each other.
running into each other and getting their horses couched.
Yep.
Like, you can't take that kind of risk.
This is cute. You see Catherine with her first round all pike. He loses his all pike. I'm not alone. Decides like, no, this is my kill.
Yeah. But I mean, like, the 2 deaths on the Turkish team actually come from team kills, which
Yeah.
is very worrying if I would be BeNe right
No.
now, because, well,
Yeah, if I was Bennett for sure, but if I was Turkey,
Yeah.
like whoops, then go on. Cause this is Turkey. They get team kills. It happens every single match. They get a lot of team kills,
Well,
and it doesn't really bother them apparently,
it
because they just
doesn't
keep
really
fighting
bother
anyway.
them.
They don't seem to be phased by it at all. Maybe they get used to it.
I think you can actually in the end see why they're not bothered with it. I mean, they just have a casual team kill at the end of the round, you know.
Yep.
Who
It'll be interesting to
cares?
see how many team kills have been so far. I think like 8. 8 team kills on the first map alone, and then now 2. So, you know.
Well,
Not just from Turkey.
I
of
think
course.
like
Bene
a
had a
couple
couple as
from
well.
BeNe as well.
Yeah. The Cav of Ben is just being so defensive here. They cannot afford to show themselves.
Well, I mean, like last round when the fight started, they just simply ran into Turkey without like considering the consequences apparently, because like Caesar got his horse taken down. Like yes, they almost take down Menethil, but I feel like even if they had taken down Menethil there, like the result of how much the Turkish Cav would have been able to do versus the BeNe Cav there, it wouldn't really have differed.
Yeah,
You
I
know.
think so as well actually. I don't
Like
think
they
it would
also
matter too
took
much.
down T, and then I think Colonel took down
Colonel.
like Watley or something. So
I have to
yeah.
correct you on that name, just because it used to be my name as well, back in the day. The flag will spawn in the village.
Right.
Nobody really gets the advantage here. This might end up being they might catch BeNe out in the opening. Nah, it doesn't look like
No,
they
it,
wanna
it
be
looks like
aggressive
both
here.
teams are gonna make a run for the village.
Yeah,
If
each
there's
run on
gonna be
the
a fight,
opposite
maybe
side
it's
of
gonna
it.
be straight in the village here. But let's
Maybe.
see. I think it's gonna be up to BeNe to make the first move in that regard. If they want to, no, like
They're
Turkey
not.
are
They're just
just
gonna
gonna run
avoid each
around.
other.
Yeah,
They might
but
put one archer in the rear
BeNe
here.
are raising the flag.
That's true, but just the cav. So
Yeah,
oh,
but
Caesar
I mean
does.
Caesar's
He's horses
dismounted,
though.
so yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Turkey's
he's gonna
clever,
get backed
man.
up by his team though. So Caesar, even though he lost his horse, he's still in a better
BeNe is in a
position than he was
really strong
last time,
position.
anyways.
This is a really strong position from BeNe. They just need to be careful of the cav now, and this
They
could
need to
go
make
in BeNe's
sure
way.
Raiden can't just shoot into this.
Tyke gets stopped, partially at least. Caesar just get hit really hard by Colonel though.
Yeah, well,
He's just chasing down. Colonel end up
BeNe
taking
is
down
getting some kills,
two
but
on each side here. Calvin taking down
the
not
Turkish
alone.
calves have to make some work
They can do it.
again.
If anyone can. Oh, Colonel dismounted by T here. Really big hits. Incredibly low health. T
And getting
sneaking around
spammed
his
down.
shield there and attacking him down. 3 players left. Oh yeah, 2 archers.
Tyke
left
has
only.
no shield, and,
T taking him down ruthlessly there. A double kill from him. Sir Arthur's
and
probably...
Sir Arthur is just gonna try and save.
Yeah, why not?
Well, I mean, Turkey want to, well, try and close out the grand finals as soon as they can. I mean, they only need 2 more rounds, technically speaking,
That's true.
in order to win, you know.
They could just save up, maybe even... he did get a kill, so... He might be able to afford a...
Yep. But
A heavy
anyways,
horse.
good run from BeNe. They
had the
get into
position.
they get into the village. They get a favorable position. They have an infight in a pretty closed corner, which favors them, considering the Turkish cav is what, well, basically gets Turkey the most amount of kills in, well, in the last 2 rounds, anyways.
Turkey has done really good with their cow so far. He's not gonna be able to afford the heavy horse, Sir Arthur, but... Did he upgrade anything? I assume he upgraded his armor?
I think he
he got a
upgraded-
better helmet at least.
He got a better helmet. He didn't have a helmet last round, I think.
Yeah, this one is a 360 gold one. I think it's like 30 defense, something like that. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's something like that.
He didn't upgrade his shoes though. That's like the old standard from back in the day. Like, always get improved shoes because of the slack and like the hits from the infantry.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to matter that much anymore. I don't see that many cavalry actually doing that.
I still think it's a good upgrade to get. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, if you can, why not?
yeah. But perhaps he's like, I take the better head armor in case I get dismounted, you know. If you get dismounted, the head armor is arguably better.
That's very true. One hit in the head and usually you go down if you don't have a good helmet on.
Yes. Well, I'm curious to see where the flag will spawn. Like, it's not gonna spawn in the village, which is pretty much the like the most even flag you can get, I suppose.
It's gonna spawn next to BeNe.
It's on BeNe.
Do you like this flag?
Um,
I feel like it's, again, not really the worst to push, but it's not the easiest either.
I think BeNe should be able to take up a favorable position for themselves here. I mean, if they take the fight in a proper position, it's kind of hard for the Turkish calves to get like a lot of sneak attacks in, you know? Because
Exactly.
if you try to come from the side, you have this little like hill ridge, you know, kind of, which you need to get up.
Looks like that's the one they're gonna use though. 3 of the Turkish players, along with 2
Yeah,
other
they
cav.
are actually
Who gets
using
bumped
it.
down?
I
Sir
don't
Arthur
feel like
stabs
it's a
Kevin in the
particularly
back,
good
that's-
position to fight in, but if
Well,
they do
LaRue is
if
dead.
they do it like that, then sure.
Yeah. One of the
Oh,
cavalry.
Kai
Oh,
is not
Sir
paying attention
Arthur!
there.
Colonel goes in for a stab and not getting it. Like, that was a little bit too greedy from him. The infantry were all aware of that. And they're still taking on Caesar there. He's in such a good position, just
Like,
shooting freely.
The
No other
BeNe
cav
Cav
cares.
need to make things happen.
Yeah.
Serkan's
Rain-
gonna push down Menethil, but
Rain
he's
goes down
immediately
there.
gonna get chased by some Turkish calves and dismounted.
Kalman needs to get back on the flag here. But he needs some support. Like, there's so many Turkish players here.
Yeah, it doesn't look good for BeNe at all.
Oh,
And T
jump
getting taken down
kill!
too. He tried to help on the flag,
Tyke,
but it backfires.
Menethil, everyone is just running down. Donor with the last one alive, taking down with Henry in there.
Yeah.
8-3. This is not the final I expected to see.
No. I mean, it's not impossible for BeNe to pull off, but then they need to win
They need to win every single round
round.
from now.
And then it's only a draw still.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, there's a chance. I mean, you still want to give it your all if you're BeNe.
Yeah,
They know they have it in them, but then they cannot afford to like lose against the Turkish Cav this heavily, because the Turkish Cavs
are just doing
are
everything.
completely over them, and Menethil has also been allowed to completely shoot
He stood
into
at
the
that
fight.
tree completely untouched by the cavalry.
I don't even think he stood at the tree. He was just out in the open somewhere.
he was at the tree in the beginning and then he just moved because he could. The
Yeah.
even like generally speaking, right now Turkey is just playing much better together than BeNe is. They're getting the
I
bounce
think overall
hits.
Turkey is just playing better. Like,
Yeah. Kaius can get some
I mean,
shots around.
sometimes BeNe put up a pretty good fight because they happen to be in a good spot, I feel like, but like
They need this beginning position basically. Like when they took the flag here in the village, they had everything going for them. And they still lost quite a few players, didn't they? I think they lost at least half the
that's
team.
just also I feel because they happened to be in the village earlier.
Yeah.
I mean,
It
what
often
would have
becomes
happened
that.
if Turkey immediately ran into the village as well instead of going around? You don't know. Maybe it would have been completely like differently.
Yeah.
Because it
Flag
feels
will
like
spawn again.
right now, then they just need to step up their performance
Oh,
like a lot.
this is really good for BeNe. They're already in the village as well. Like they will get perfect positions here. Not
They
really
need to.
gonna be able
I mean,
to use their crossbows that much here, but their infantry is gonna do a lot of work.
if they
Just
don't
shut down
take
each
up
of these
the perfect
entrances.
positions here, then I don't see how they're gonna win this round.
Yeah, this match even. This
Yeah.
could be the deciding round here.
This could be the deciding round of the tournament, and BeNe don't want to let this happen, man.
Turkey's going in the same entrance they did last time.
Yeah, looks
Flag is
like
already pretty
Turkey.
high.
They don't want. They smell blood in the water, man. They want to get this tournament win.
Yep.
They're just
I can see why.
running in here.
Second
taking
time in the
fight.
grand finals. Oh, a kick there.
LaRue immediately going into melee. I don't think
Oh,
this
this
is
is
a good sign.
nice. Surkin taking on Raiden.
Yeah,
Ah,
Kellerman getting
goes
taken
down.
down though.
Oh,
LaRue as well.
Colonel, nice stab on LaRue there. Menethil
Oh,
just
this
executing
doesn't look
Surkin.
good for BeNe.
Tyke taking on T there.
I think
Kaius is
BeNe
playing
are in
2v1. There we go.
desperation.
Double kill from Menethil. Wow. This is just insane. Colonel taking down Caesar. Donor again, last one alive. Bump slash Arthur executes him. GG.
BeNe got
9-3.
completely slaughtered that round.
Wow.
And it actually looked like some, I don't know, like BeNe didn't know what to do anymore. It felt like, I mean, LaRue and Caius were both like in that little corner area where all of the imps fought, and LaRue immediately switched to his melee weapons.
Yeah.
Like that's not a good sign, I think. It felt like they really stressed out. I mean, of course there was a lot of pressure on you. You know, it's like the last round before you, well, probably lost the whole tournament. But yeah, congrats to Turkey. I mean, they played very well.
Well deserved. This is the best performance we've seen of Turkey this entire tournament.
Well, it is.
And it's in the grand final. This is this is the match that mattered the most in the entire tournament, and they ended up
Yeah.
winning it.
I would have been I would have liked to see BeNe play to their full potential as well, though, because I feel like there is more to this BeNe team than what they've showed just now. Because they got completely rolled over. Like, yeah, they had 2 rounds on the first map, which they won very convincingly, actually. No, that was like some sick performance out of them. But after that, it felt off. You
Yeah,
know?
I don't think this was the day of BeNe. I had spoke to them a little bit before as well. They said like they haven't really gotten the practice they wanted, but they were actually really confident in this match.
But I
mean,
think
it's
this is the
BeNe. They're
first
always
time for
confident.
Turkey that they're Nations Cup champions, right?
Yep, they have every other medal repeatedly, but this is their first win.
Yeah. Could have
Th-
been the first win for BeNe as well if they had won. So.
This is potentially the last Nations Cup as well. We'll see when Belendor comes out, but this was important for Turkey. I mean, Turkey, Warband is made in Turkey. I think they should have at least one win, and a convincing
Yeah,
one at that. Like,
it's
they
it's
played
like
incredible.
before they leave, who knows? But I mean, yeah, I would have hoped for a little bit better fight from BeNe personally, because it feels like this wasn't all that they've got. I mean, we've seen like their matches from last week and the week before that. I don't know, maybe the pressure finally got to them, but from what I know, the matches before, they were pretty relaxed, they were
They were.
confident.
I would say like maybe they were the favorites going into this match, but they were always the favorites going into every match. I don't think the pressure got them. I think maybe this is just the underdog. Like, how
Well,
can you
if
consider
you're the
Turkey an
favorites
underdog
in a
even though?
match,
How can you
if you're
consider
the
Turkey
favorites
an
in a match,
underdog?
there's also pressure on you. There's
Yeah,
pressure on you to perform.
that's true. Maybe it went to them, but I don't know. I think Ben is stronger mentally than them. We will play out the match, by the way, guys. So then we'll get into it.
Yes. After that, we'll get the interview. Well, I honestly would have hoped it was a little bit more exciting match, Greed.
That's the thing. This is the most anticlimactic match we've actually streamed this entire tournament. Even the group stages were much more close than this.
Yeah, well, maybe we're just stunned at the fact that Turkey like completely rolled over BeNe because
Yeah, I'm surprised. Like I plan to like shout out like, oh my god, this is the winners, and like I kind of saw that coming after the first map.
yeah, I
Turkey
mean,
played so well.
I think a key factor was actually that they banned out Castellum though, because on Castellum, that's like BeNe's bread and butter right there. They play that map so well. Always get all the rounds pretty much.
Jokes in the chat right
But
now in the game here saying like, oh, Bangalore will come out now next week because you finally won the Nations Cup. It makes sense,
oh
man.
well,
Like it's
yeah.
been how many
They
years?
they wanted to wait till they had the Nations Cup win first. Who
Yeah,
knows?
I could see it happen. Here we go, final set of the tournament.
Yeah,
Actually, the final set of the complete tournament.
yeah. Final set of the complete tournament. There won't be a bronze match, right? So
It's disappointing to see, but if
I
you
would have
don't,
liked the bronze match because that would have been like France versus UK then. That would have been
it would have
very
been a good
interesting.
match. I think even a slightly weaker France would have had a good chance against UK.
Yep. But yeah, last set.
What do you expect to see now? Because right now this is completely, it doesn't matter. Whatever happens in this set, this is just for fun.
Well, I think this just however this set is played will show the mentality of the teams. There are many like, well, maybe they expected that they would, well, maybe lose, or they just handle it very well, or, well, we will see. I mean, it doesn't look like either team is trolling or anything,
Yeah.
and they're just like, this is just over,
Yeah,
you know.
I think so as well. It's
Something
important to say though,
interesting
BeNe did
actually,
start with a weak side in this map.
if you look at the setups now, BeNe didn't have 3 crossbows when they were Rodok, but Turkey do,
Yeah.
man.
That's actually
Turkey
true.
do. And BeNe do as well, actually. I mean,
Finally,
maybe this was their plan from the start already. You know, like if it would have to come down to the last set, perhaps they thought like perhaps they have an idea to work with the 3 archers versus the 3 BeNe archers. Who knows?
I also see Ilach is playing. I finally Ilach gets to play. I've expected to see him every fight match we were streaming. I don't know why they haven't played him until now.
Well, they decide to play him now. Maybe he didn't have time to come earlier. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah,
Minnesota,
let's
it's
see
taken
how
a
this
big hit
turns
already.
out. Flags down.
Caesar once again without his horse.
Oh, really?
I think he's like allergic, like a midlife allergic. Oh, he might be able to sneak up behind Oh no, Ilach's what's man.
I see him without a horse so much, I'm almost thinking he spawns without one, man.
Yeah, he's like bossing in that case.
Yeah. It's like trying to confuse the enemy. It's like,
What is Caesar doing? He's completely alone fighting against a complete Turkish team.
I don't know, man.
Oh, he actually managed to sneak past them though. That was cheeky.
Oh, maybe.
I don't know how he did that. He just snuck past the entire Turkish team.
Well, maybe Turkey just didn't care. They were like, oh,
Yeah.
it's only Caesar.
It's only Caesar without a horse.
Derner's just pushing out Iraq and
Isla
open. I
gets
don't know.
caught out. Arthur comes in to help him, but he gets body blocked there.
Well,
Watley gets dismounted as well.
to be
here.
honest, this doesn't
There we
feel
go,
very
down
coordinated anymore.
Really?
All the
Yeah.
fights are going on.
Caesar
on
with a
all
double
over
kill.
the
They should have
place.
killed him. Isla, accidental. There, Caesar gets his horse again. 6 takes on Tyke. I think this is Turkey. BeNe's win here. I don't see Raiden
Well,
killing
to
the
be
entire
honest,
team other than
it doesn't really feel like Turkey really tried that round though.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't, like, if you look at the rounds from last set, there is no way they would split up with their imps like that and just get killed by Caesar, just let him run there, you know. I think if they were playing serious, they would have killed him straight away.
I think so as well. Bump him down and then just smack him in the face. But yeah, as I said, right now it's just
maybe at first
friendly.
you thought like, oh well, poor Caesar, but no.
Yeah, a pity. They just let him pass. Shame. No, just let him pass through.
Why do you think it's a shame? I think it's
No,
he just runs past the whole team, still gets 3 kills now.
3 kills. Like, this is why they kill Caesar. This is why you kill Caesar, and like, you cannot let him just run around. Really heavy aggression
Look at
here.
this fight, everyone's just running into everyone.
Is this like 8 cal from Turkey? Well,
It
3
looks
now.
like it.
Yeah. That was worth an effort, I guess.
No, yeah.
8 cal can work, especially on open maps, but not
Well,
not when you see it coming from across the map like this.
evidently not.
Yeah. Caesar taking on another kill here. 5 kills so far this game.
In this game, no.
Well, I mean this map set. I haven't seen. He must have more kills than that. But Tyke being the only one alive gets taken out by Kaius. Horse Archer. Good. As you can see, they're taking this serious.
Yeah, Caesar's getting some kills, you know.
Let's just follow the Horse Archer. I think that's gonna be the deciding factor here.
What?
Dude, did you see how? I think he got a double kill.
Oh, really?
I think maybe at least one there.
Well, I mean, like that fight was so confusing. Like, Turkey are playing with freaking 6 archers, 1 cav and 1 inf right now.
I was gonna say,
Like, if there's one team that's not taking it seriously anymore, it's Turkey. Although I don't necessarily feel like BeNe is trying that hard, but they're just not switching anything up.
no.
They're just like, tournament's over, guys. Good win.
Right now they're just celebrating.
Now we take all the remaining rounds off from you, you know.
I think Turkey's just like celebrating in TeamSpeak right now. Just having a drink, just relaxing.
Oh, I mean, they deserve it, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that was a convincing performance by them.
The most convincing performance. I mean, honestly, this is the most convincing performance in a Nations Cup final.
I mean,
Pendragon surrendering to Döner.
Not what I expected at all.
No, it's a little bit of shame, but
well,
these things happen.
I mean, do you think
Döner's just pushing in
the
now.
fact that BeNe actually got to play Rodok over Vegir first might have had an impact?
It did for sure, because Turkey, like the Rodoks are weaker in every sense against the Vegars. They have no benefit. But I mean, the thing is, they would have been had to play them anyway. The first map was the most important by far, considering the faction.
Yeah, but you know, maybe if you like are on Vegir first and you win the set 3-0 or something, maybe you get some momentum and you can roll through the Rodok spawn as well. Like,
maybe.
Because, like, I don't feel like that when like on the first set of this map, like Turkey were basically trying to close out the match, you know, win the tournament for themselves, get their first NC title, you know. But they didn't actually feel pressured, you know, like they come off the first map with a 6-2 score advantage, and yeah, I mean they only need a couple more rounds. They stay relaxed, they stay focused. Yeah, they just close it out, you know, and they didn't feel pressured at all. I feel like if BeNe were fakier first perhaps, and they win like 3-0 on the first set of the map, then yeah, maybe they get some momentum, put Turkey under pressure, and yeah, there was a positivity for BeNe.
There was for sure.
Turkey definitely played the better match here. Very convincing performance by them.
I agree as well. Let's get an interview.
I don't know if you could call it like the most one-sided match of the tournament, because there probably were some matches in the group stages which were more one-sided, but
Oh well, the first week
finals,
especially
this
in the
is
group
definitely
stage.
very one-sided.
Yeah, the first week in the tournament was really one-sided, of course, because then you have this seed 1 tiers against seed 4, and that's just.
Yes, I can imagine Turkey being very excited though.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward. Like, how many do you think we will have on our TeamSpeak? I'm kind of expecting to see all of them.
Didn't we have like all of them
We had
last
all
time
of
as
them
well?
last time, so yeah,
Yeah.
there's a good chance we'll just see everyone again. Send them the TeamSpeak here.
Yeah. Do we have enough space in our channel?
We have 500 slots, so I would think we do.
Great.
Don't question my server hosting capabilities.
I sometimes do.
Well,
Not
before
often. Sometimes.
they
Don't-
join. Okay, they're all already here.
Yeah, at least Raiden is.
It says 1 sec, so.
One sec.
Before that happens, then who do you think is the MVP for Turkey? I honestly have
You
no
want me
clue.
to call an MVP out of this? This was completely a team performance, which
Yeah.
makes their win all the more convincing. If it was like
that's
off
the
the
coolest
back
part.
of, yeah,
That's why these matches are fun, because like you don't have one player who just carries completely. You have
exactly.
team performance. If I was forced to, I would say maybe Sir Arthur.
Maybe.
He got some good
the
kills and
like
good
for
bumps.
example, I saw Pendragon do very well
Oh yeah, as infantry.
as an inf.
Yeah.
And like Manethil also did very well as an archer. So I think the contribution comes from all sides, man.
Yeah, I think like in the beginning I thought like okay they're really gonna struggle with infantry on the Turkish side, but yeah, then they go 5 infantry and they just kill everyone.
They literally killed everyone.
Yeah.
Like most of those rounds, it didn't even feel like BeNe was close to like getting anything done in the fight.
Yeah, they just got steamrolled. Like the 5 infantry, like they had crossfires ready. They just couldn't
Yeah.
make use of it.
Well,
I wonder.
Type's joining TS as well.
Both of them are muted, so we're not gonna
Great.
move them in quite yet.
They're trying to get people onto the TS for the interview, but maybe they're just celebrating so hard they don't even care, you know.
Yeah, that's quite likely. Well deserved win.
Very well deserved win indeed.
First time winners of the tournament.
Well, that was gonna happen anyway, though. I mean,
yeah,
if BeNe had won, that would it also would have been the first time win on the NC. So
That's
it was
also
gonna
true.
happen.
Alright, we have 4 Turkish players now in the TeamSpeak. That's half the roster. 5.
6.
6, okay. Well, let's start moving them in.
Wait, 7 even.
Start moving them in one by one here. One by one. Oops. Whoops. I keep moving them to the wrong channel.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello guys.
We're just moving everyone in. You have so many players. We need to move them one by one.
Şimdi.
That's a lot of people.
Hey! Congratulations on your win.
Congratulations on your win, guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you
How
so
do you
much.
feel?
Amazing.
I mean, this is your first time Nations Cup victory. Like, did you feel pressured for this match?
Man, you were dying.
Of course.
Because, well, I mean, you were up versus BeNe, I should say, but that was a very convincing performance.
Yeah, thank you. We prepared well, I guess.
I saw you guys on the server before. Like you joined at the same time as I did, and I joined like 30 minutes before. So I think I also saw you do generally running over the maps before as well.
Yeah,
It's good to see.
yeah, I was telling the tactics last time before the match.
Yep. Oh, we have one more.
So, like, what did you prepare for, like, the most for this match? What did you watch out for? Because in the last couple of matches, the BeNe archers, like especially on the open maps, have been able to, like, completely outplay the enemy teams. But
Yeah.
you seem to be able to, well, take care of their archers very well. It looked like you always sent down like one of your imps to take care of the BeNe archers, and worked very well for you.
We were
But-
always speaking like, as Vegas, our infantry just need to stay alive, and then we will do the work with our archers and cavalry. And for the they played with 3 archers as Vegas, and when we were playing with Nords, we were playing with 5 infantries, and Menetil's job was locking one archer down all the time.
Yeah,
Uh,
it
and-
really looked like that as well.
Yeah, he played really good there. He locked those archers when flag spawned in ship. So
Yeah.
and rest of the team was going for the other archer. So you can't just lock all of their archers. You can only lock 2 archers maximum. So we did it, and it worked.
Yeah, it really, like, locking down 2 archers was good enough though, because that completely limits their possibilities for crossfiring. So.
But I want to say, like, when we were losing as Vegas, Menetil gave that idea to me, like 5 infantry, and I said, okay, I will bait then, you guys stay there. And
Yeah,
it was a
I remember. I saw that.
perfect round.
I was wondering like, why were you rushing in alone? And then I saw around the corner like all of your infantry.
Yeah, we thought if they see me, probably they would
Push.
want to kill me. Yeah, they will probably rush me. They did.
They did, yeah.
they took the bait.
Yeah.
That was really
Well,
clever.
well, it was a good idea though, because it worked out for you. So, I don't know, like, was this what you expected from the match from the beginning because you prepared so well, or did you think it was gonna be a close call?
I thought personally, I thought much would be close, because Nords against Vegas, Nords are superior, and Vegas against Rodox in open, Vegas are superior.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So do you
So we
think?
thought like if we beat them as strong factions with strong factions 3-0 3-0, and if we steal some rounds with weak factions, we thought we could win it. We could win it. We thought we could win it, but we won as Vegas. It was very good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
won
mean-
convincingly as well. I think. Like, I don't think anyone actually expected it to be this one-sided. I think actually BeNe was the favorites going into this match, but this is why Nations Cup, man. Like this Nations Cup in particular. Like don't
No,
bet.
I
Don't bet
think
money.
we were favorites,
Oh yeah.
because yeah, for me at least, because we
That
were
does make
beating
sense.
we were beating everyone. in
Yeah, I
support.
mean, we
Yeah,
just
except that
lost
one team,
one
you know.
match. Yeah, but that match made us. I mean, the enemies think that they are bad team. They lost to Finland, but we know that we made a mistake. The team played bad, but it can happen sometimes. So they think that we are bad team, but we know that we weren't. So we played hard, and we showed them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And
You
I mean,
you lost a match that didn't really matter as well. Like you lost in a group
Yeah.
stage. It doesn't
yeah,
matter
you
if
still
lose.
came through the group stages anyways. So
You beat
that
Poland.
works.
You beat France,
France.
and now you beat BeNe. These are the
Well-
actual matches that matters there. Like, phew.
BeNe didn't have the easiest run either, though. I mean,
No,
they
no,
had to
that's
face up versus France and UK and what was the
Germany.
other team? Germany,
Germany.
exactly. And they came out on top as well. But I mean, evidently, your team, Raiden, the stronger team here, and not by a little bit. I mean, you think if the factions
Sorry, I
were
didn't
any
hear you.
different?
Sorry, I didn't
If
hear
the
you.
factions were any different, do you think the outcome of the match would have been different too?
Yeah. I mean, if you look at factions like if we played with another factions, I don't know. We knew that BeNe would play good with 3 archers because we saw them against UK. They were really good with crossfires. Like they were setting crossfires so good. So when I was picking maps, I said we need to beat them as infantry, but we also need to use our cavalry and archers as well.
And you did that very well, actually, because on the first map, I felt like your infantries completely dominated the infights. I didn't feel that much performance, like at least not the performance you would perhaps expect out of the BeNe infantry players. Did you kind of feel the same way, or were you like, we were the better infantry team all along?
I think they are good at only one. They are better than us at only one thing. It's teamwork because they've been playing together for many years, at least 2 or 3 years. I don't know. And
Yeah.
we knew that if we play good, I mean, if we can stay alive as infantry, but it wasn't even needed. Like our infantry did the job.
You beat
Yeah.
them in 1v1s basically. It didn't seem like they actually used their team play that well as infantry.
Yeah, we
I mean,
didn't let them.
they tried, but I mean, we survived. When they tried to, I mean, if you remember the tunnel fight, I think
Oh,
our
yeah.
Yeah.
our team play were way better than them at that moment. I mean, in that moment, I said to Gordius was with me. I said just stay alive because their cav was only just sting of them and they were do nothing. And I said cav come, and they come with a good. They come good, and we got the kills.
Yep. Your cow came first and ended up bumping them down. I think they got bump kills and then yeah, you could just
Yeah.
finish them up.
So, at what point in the match were you like, yeah, that this is our game to lose right now? Like, at what point were you so far ahead that you were, well, confident that you were gonna win, or
For me,
or didn't you feel like you had won until the point that you actually got that final round that you needed?
well,
I think
for me,
after they took the, yeah, you go first.
I understand that we will win after the second win in wager side in the open map. I mean, it's become 2-1 if we get the last. I mean, if we get any rounds, we would win that match. So I mean, when we play close map 6-2, I wasn't sure. I mean, when we look at their matches, they lost UK in the close map like that, and I don't know what was the team, but they lost again. But they
France.
always come back in the open map.
Yeah, they lost 6-1 in France against France.
Yeah, when we win 6-2, yeah, it was a very good score, but we said to our members that don't underestimate because the match is starting. I mean, it's just starting again.
Because
Yeah.
they're so good at coming back.
Yeah.
And historically, it's, as you said, it's shown that BeNe is a team that they don't get phased by being 6-2 down, but do you feel like at some point they perhaps were a little bit demoralized because of how hard they lost on the first map, or do you think they put up a good fight on the second map still, despite their disadvantage?
I do think that when they when they're I mean when we beat them, we told ourselves like we shouldn't underestimate them because they did it. They came back many times. They came back many times, so we knew that if we didn't play like much was just started, probably they would come back again
Alright,
in open.
so do you want to call any MVPs for this match, or do you think it was a team performance? I personally think it was like a good performance from your whole team.
I couldn't really put one up. I think you just outright played beautifully as a team.
I think I would say everyone did good, but Sir Arthur was
Yes.
Sir Arthur was shy. He was really good. He did really good. And Kefra and Menetin, they all did good. Tyke.
So you named half your
Everyone
team right
was-
now. You basically named everyone. So
Yeah,
I think
everyone
we can
did.
also win. Well, okay, I need to ask though, like, what's with all the team kills?
Uh-oh.
Like
Again?
every single match you guys play, there's so many team kills.
Pinks, man, pinks.
Oh yeah, sure.
No one knows. No one knows what means high ping.
I do. I played with 500 ping for a few months. That was
No,
fun.
not that high.
Hey,
Have you actually played with it, or were you
You
just
can-
running around?
What,
no, I played with it. I played matches with it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can play archer with high ping, but when it comes to infantry fight,
You're dead. Yeah, you have no chance. You just get spammed down.
Well, I mean, you still won the infantry fights though because of
because
your,
we are good better.
your good teamwork.
Exactly.
We are
Uh,
used to play with high
Yeah,
ping.
it's true. It helps a lot. Do you have any shoutouts, guys? You can go down
I
one by
want
one. Like every one of you should be given a chance to.
It's
Yes.
time to. Actually, wait.
I mean, you won the freaking tournament, man.
It's time to listen to this one.
Uh-oh.
Okay, what are we
My
gonna
god,
get
it's
now?
coming. Oh my god, oh my god.
Pipe.
I was wondering
Well,
if this was like
that
a
was
10-hour.
a pretty clear shout out, I have to say.
Yeah.
Well, this is for our Turkish friends. They watched us, I guess.
Who was supporting us all the time?
Yeah. This is for them.
Asın bayrakları gençler.
Alright, well, what better way to do that than make some music for them, you know? Did you
Was
make
it-
that music yourself, or
This is
No.
their band, yeah. They have a band in real life as well. So
Oh, okay.
beautiful.
Yep.
Okay.
Well done. Well, congratulations on your victory, guys, and yeah, I mean your first title on the Nations Cup ever, right? So you've got to be happy with that, I feel.
We are, man.
Yeah, we are happy. We will celebrate it.
Yeah, you should. We're gonna let you get back to it if there's no other shoutouts you guys want to make.
I wanna make one.
Okay, go right ahead.
My shout out to birçok akıncıları. my clan.
Okay, that's good. That's nice.
Anything else yet?
And
Um,
thank you guys for streaming.
No problem,
You-
of course. Our pleasure.
You were streaming from the beginning. You did a really good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's really encouraging to hear because we will be trying to stream other tournaments in the future as well. So
I hope you win.
Yes,
man.
I will be there to support you.
Oh, that's nice. See,
that's good to hear.
yeah, at least one. That's all we need.
I support you to agree. Don't worry.
2. Whoa, this is getting to my head here. Okay, I'm
Ah,
gonna
this
get
is
really
getting out
arrogant
of
now.
hand. Alright, but thank you guys for the interview and yeah, you can celebrate your victory, I guess.
Thank
have
you.
Raven's permission.
Yeah, with my
Alright.
permission.
Have a
See
good
ya,
night,
guys.
guys. Congratulations on your win.
See you guys.
See
Thank
ya.
you guys. Yeah,
Thanks for
Thanks.
this.
Well,
Well, I
you know,
I
first
know
of all,
that they're happy now, man.
first of all, we're never calling these things interviews anymore because like interviews are like 3 questions. We ask questions for like 20 minutes. So let's just find a new word for it.
This is like
Post-match
long interviews, you
discussion.
know. Discussion. Nah, come on, this wasn't the discussion. This was
No,
some kind of.
it wasn't really.
This was a celebration
Yeah,
ceremony,
it
man.
was. It technically was.
I mean, with all the music, come on, you
It's
gotta
true.
give it up to them. They did that well with their little warband band, you know.
It's true. They deserved it. Lovely music as well.
I actually can't imagine the music to be to your specific tastes.
I
but-
can appreciate this music.
Yeah, I mean, you can appreciate it, but I
Um,
don't see you listening to that 24/7.
Well, I will now. I'll ask for a link.
Oh, okay. Ask for the music file.
I will.
But yeah, anyways, was a really good tournament actually in general.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
there've
this
been
is the.
there've been lots of good matches. Like, I mean, yes, the finals were one-sided, but Turkey also just performed incredibly well.
They did, yeah. I think this is the best Nations Cup tournament I've seen or been a part of so far. I think usually you can kind of see, like, okay, this team is probably gonna win this, but this year Poland was the favorites once again. They got knocked out in the quarterfinals.
I mean,
Like,
it was only
whoa.
natural that Poland were the favorites though, because they were.
They
like,
won last year. Yeah.
They won
had
last year, but
generally the
they've
same
been
roster.
dethroned now. They're not
They
seen
got
as the best nation anymore.
They got smacked by Turkey, and now they also took down BeNe. Like, big credits to Turkey.
Pretty handedly, yeah.
Yeah, that was
But
really
I mean, as they said, the factions did play a reasonably big part, you know.
When you hit this level of play, I think factions matter more and more, and same with the picks and bans.
I mean,
that's why it's so cool to see.
I
Because
mean,
it really matters now.
like Turkey just took the advantages from each like especially from the stronger factions. They made such good use of that. I really liked it. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Yeah. What else is there to say about this? I mean, we've said it a couple of times now. Of course, congratulations to Turkey, and well, BeNe just coming short of the title for the second time in a row now.
Second time silver is not bad. I think that's okay. They can be proud of their performance this Nations Cup.
Nah, come on, you want to win.
Of course you want to win, but I think you can be happy with the silver.
Well, I mean, maybe they can be happy in hindsight, but I think at the moment you lose that match, like if you see yourselves getting a little bit like outplayed like that, you regret it for a moment, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So do you like this is quite new? So like this is the first time we're doing it in grand finale. So do you have any shoutouts?
Me having any shoutouts?
Yes.
I want to make a shout out to the organizers of the tournament who have been, well, obviously making all this possible, like making it possible for us to stream matches as well. I want to make a shout out to you, of course, for allowing me to stream with you. It's been an enjoyable experience for this tournament. We've had a couple of really good matches that we were able to stream, so
Absolutely.
I really like that. Yeah, and of course, shout out to all the teams for giving us the good matches and bringing up like good performances, making the whole tournament possible. You know, it was really good. I liked it.
Same here. I would also shout out to everyone who provided servers. For example, Taverworld provided servers. Simrai provided servers. And Kingdom Swaria did their part.
Yes.
The Poland team actually provided servers as well, along with Sabu. And Captain Lust, I think, as well, donated 2 of his own. And from his own pocket, which is really cool.
There were plenty of servers to choose from.
Absolutely.
This is
good. The servers as well were generally really good this year. We should also shout out to Rome, who's been our
I think he's been
referee
in every single match that we
everyone
streamed.
except for the one that wasn't really planned, I think.
For Poland versus Turkey.
Yeah, I think that's the only one he wasn't actually at, and we can't fault him for that because we weren't there technically.
I wasn't
he
there.
He didn't know we would be there, which is why he figured, it's not worth my time.
Okay,
but
you're just confusing me right now, but it's completely fine.
Big thanks to everyone who played, everyone who refereed matches, to the teams who played, to the organizers, and keep in mind that NCB is still going on. I wonder if we should take a look at the results from that. I don't think they were streamed, so...
How far are they in that little side tournament?
It's gonna be the finals next week.
Yeah, I figured. Like they started playing the NCB like after the group stages, I think. So they're quite well on the way. There shouldn't be more than like 1 week delay from that.
It looks like, for those of you that don't want to hear the scores, you can shut your ears now. But
you can also shut your eyes if you want. Yeah.
That too. But Austria and Switzerland actually ended up beating Norway and Denmark. Beating my team, because I wasn't there.
Oh, maybe you should be there, you know.
We're streaming still. But it looks like the finals will be...
You brought it up.
Looks like the finals will be Sweden versus Austria and Switzerland. Should be a good match. I'm willing to stream that if they will let me.
Well, I sure would be up for it.
Yeah. That's true. You just invited yourself to stream with me as well, so
Yes.
that's
I like
the
it.
best way.
Alright, so I don't think there is much more we can say, right?
Oh,
It
that's
was a
pretty
really good
much it.
series. I liked it.
In the end, now before we go, we will actually after we go technically, we will play the Turkish introduction video, which was made by Belendor. We played it as well in the pre-match, but I figure since they won, we need to play it again. So unless you have anything else to say, Raven?
Nope. I think I made my shout out, so.
Alright, in that case, thank you all for watching. We got a lot of nice viewers here. The top 5 betters, actually, I could mention that as well.
Yes.
Top 1 is Sirkin with 3,295, Primi 2,945, Emma Malberg 2,030, Gibbous Jr. 1,854, McCulloch, I actually don't know who that is even, 1,523. He made a lot of gold this match though.
Yep. Well, I mean, that's why they're in top 5 betters, you know.
That's very true.
Get some money.
In that case, thank you all for watching, and we will probably see you next week. Good night,
See you
everyone.
guys.